LECDA USA, the BLM Culture and Development Association, the umbrella of all fandom and village organizations in the BLM. It seems that the word may sound big in the ear, but in practice, it may not compared to the turnout. LECDA USA has suffered some setback, has not been able to hold the convention on the traditional month of May, and not having a chapter in DC or an active chapter may have been some of the poor turnout. For this reason, the BBQ, which took place on Friday, September 1st, 2023, was not just an evening of eating and drinking, but some decisions were actually taken that everyone hopes it will go a long way to activate the WDC chapter, which is known to be the mother chapter. At first, people expresses their feeling and or frustration.
Me, I thought LECDA has been DC has been a mother branch for LECDA. So I just want to plead and say the present president of DC chapter should just step up and work with the CEO to see how to bring us back to where we were.
That's good.
Thank you. That's good. Thank you. LECDA has been existing in DC chapter. We've hosted the highest convention in this United States.
And Nkem Congelos, the former CFO from Michigan, gave some recommendation.
You know, I want to first of all appreciate you for being here. And that situation is a work in progress. I've been in this country long enough. DC is a mother chapter. The fact that Atlanta incorporated the organization does not make them mother chapter of LECDA USA. So, like DC, like you just quoted, they have to work, get to the particular individuals who can bring people together and make it happen. I am very sure that when we touch the right individuals, this chapter will come back to life.
Yes, you being representing maybe Michigan, you were also the financial secretary, maybe for a couple of terms for LECDA USA. So, any specific recommendation?
Gaza Media and my dear brother, I want to tell you, I was the CFO for 12 good years. And I know the ins and outs. The only thing I will tell you with our people is just be transparent. Show them exactly what came in. Publish this record. There are a good number of people who talk about records, but you will never see them in a formal convention like this one to actually look at those records and critique them. I look at it as a situation where people just find excuses. Nevertheless, they are still our people. We always have to look for a way to get everybody on board. That is the only way the organization will function and move forward.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Mbembe, who is supposed to be the president of the WDC chapter, lamented on the reason for an inactive chapter and the way forward. Yeah, they were arguing that, or they were debating that there was no chapter. So what is actually going on?
Thank you, Gaza Media. First of all, I want to thank the board for bringing the convention to DC. But truly, DC had a chapter. We've been going through forth and back to see how the chapter could exist. We did a lot with senior journalist Solomon Kemleke. We brought the strategy of DC to run in the form of delegates, and we visited various founder meetings, but in the end, people were not still showing the interest. So at one point, founder meetings now were more stronger than LECDA. So one person could not run a whole organization. But we don't know that the BLM is our own division, and this division is made out of these various condoms. So if the condoms are powerful and feel that the division cannot exist, I think they are making a mistake. So, but from the courage of the convention, which again I appreciate the idea of the outgoing BOT for bringing the convention here. I see some enthusiasm with people that the new incoming BOT come here. We go back with the old strategy, because DC can only be run in form of delegates, as we did in Limbe, to see that there's no hall that can take all the BLM people here in Washington, DC. But if we have all the various fondom presidents, we hold a meeting and agree how to revamp the DC chapter.
To His Majesty Fonjumeto.
Right.
And for some time he has been here in Maryland.
Yeah.
I was thinking that because LECDA is also a cultural organization, at the same time a developmental organization, why have you not used his office maybe as a custodian so that he could invite? Because I see that he is very versed and very friendly with almost every president across the BLM, even though he's from Jumito, but he's very used to people from the bank, people from Dungatef, people from the war, etc. Why have you not made that effort so that he can invite people to come together?
Yeah, let me tell you, one other main issue that brought down was the COVID. When COVID-19 came in and everything got standstill and there was no way for everything to function. And again, from the enthusiasm I'm seeing at this convention, the DC chapter is going to revamp. When we organize the new CEO come in, and then we invite various fondom associations, we set in a new executive. I see the enthusiasm in people. I believe that DC is going to kick off.
About the anticipation of the presence of His Majesty Fonjumeto Mbemba again, who will also be coordinating the libation of the event, has this to say.
Any preview of what is going to happen?
Well, we are blessed that our paramount ruler will be at the convention, and the tradition is we never kick off an occasion without inviting the ancestors. And it's a blessing to us that the fund will be there, and we are putting everything together to usher him in the full traditional method as we do in the BLM. So the libation will be done as it's done at back home.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly the point I was trying to make. I might have pronounced a word that did not sit well with somebody, but I wanted us to end on a positive note and a common understanding. We all agree that things were not moving the way we wanted it to move. And we are agreeing, and we've listened to you, and we've actively listened to you, and we put into practice some of the very good advice that we've received here. That is the essence of an evening like this. And like I said, if we eat, drink, share what we have here, and we don't do better tomorrow, then an evening like this must have been wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, thank you so much. The evening is just starting. Let's enjoy.
For Gaza Media, I'm Enes Kumba, reporting from Maryland.